Yeah, obviously this is normally our downtime or our tournament time, but no, it's been nice. It's been different. Nice to have some good prep camps ahead of us. And yeah, this start of this week's been nice. Getting back on the grass and having a proper focus for 2 massive games coming up is, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
How much did England need that win in France, and how positive are you feeling going into these 2 games? Because there's still obviously a chance that England do not make it into the automatic places.
It was a massive win out in France, and I thought we put on a performance that we needed and that we wanted to do as a nation. And I think that, yeah, it was great to get a win and kind of not get back on track, but in a sense kind of get our standards back to where we wanted them, because we have very high standards as a team and as players. So yeah, it was great, and these 2 games are massive as well, and preparations have been good. But yeah, you're right, the standard of this group is so high, and it's something that you want to be competing in big games, you want to be playing top opposition, and that's what we've got in this group.
How much of a relief would it be to, this time next week, be guaranteed qualification to Switzerland?
Of course, that's what we want. We want to be qualified and look forward to that and kind of have a focus on it. Like I said, this group's tough, but yeah, ultimately that's the goal.
I'm going to ask you about what's going on in Germany. You must be excited for the game on Wednesday night as well.
Yeah, I've been loving being a fan. When I have been not on camp, we've been watching the games out with friends and family, and I think it's so nice to kind of soak that atmosphere up, because when we're in tournaments and stuff, you never really get to experience it as a fan. But yeah, I've been loving it. I've been watching pretty much every game. Sad that there's not games on every day now. It's getting to the later end of the tournament. But yeah, really excited to watch their game against Holland.
How confident are you that they can go out there and win in what's going to be an intimidating atmosphere and a huge match?
Yeah, I mean, we'll always back them all the way. I'm English and I think they're going to win it, and hopefully they do. But I think all that matters in tournament football is win and progress, and that's what they've been doing. Even at tough times, they've been finding ways to win.
Have you been giving Serena Iron a little bit of stick? Has it divided the camp slightly with the loyalties?
Hasn't yet, but maybe when the game's on it might. But no, I mean, ultimately they're Dutch, but they have a massive love for England too. So yeah, you'll have to ask her who she's supporting.
Alessia, you know what it's like. Last 2 summers, major tournament semi-final. You've played in part of an England team, especially at the last World Cup, I suppose, that was winning, but still getting that little bit of criticism, I suppose, about can we play better? Can they score more goals? So how are the players going to be feeling at the moment, and how do you address that and overcome that?
I think with us, we kind of didn't hear any of that noise, and I think that's important, and I have no doubt that the men are doing exactly that. Yeah, when you're in tournament football, like I said, all that matters is that you win and progress. Obviously, in an ideal world, you'd like to play the best performance every single game, but sometimes that's not always possible. So yeah, I would think that the noise is quite quiet within their camp, which is exactly how it should be. Hopefully the players having fun and just enjoying the ride of a tournament, and yeah, knowing that they've got the full support of us back home.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anton. Any questions from the floor? Tom, we'll go to you.
Hi, Alessia. Nice
Hi.
to see you. What does tomorrow night look like then as a squad, and in terms of where you'll be watching, and you're allowing Serena and Ian all in the same room? Kind of what's it going to be like?
Well, I don't know what the setup will be yet, but we'll be travelling down to Norwich, or up to Norwich. My geography's not great. But yeah, we'll be going to Norwich, and then we'll be watching it as a team there. We're lucky enough that the staff set up great things for us to do in our downtime on camp, so I'm sure they'll have it on a big screen, and yeah, we can enjoy the game.
Are you seeing any sort of similarities in the men's team's run to the way you ran through the World Cup last year, kind of maybe starting off a little bit slowly, but just getting stronger and stronger as you went through?
Yeah, and I think in tournament football, yeah, sometimes people perceive the games to be easier than they actually are, and are in that moment. I think, yeah, you win and you progress, and like I said, that is all that matters. But yeah, I think also as tournaments go on, you do kind of slowly begin to build a form going through it, and yeah, hopefully they'll continue that tomorrow night.
And could I ask you a bit about Ireland, maybe just what you have made of them in the campaign and maybe what you've learnt from the away fixture that you'll try and take into Friday?
Yeah, again, they're a really tough side to come up against, different to the likes of Sweden and France, and maybe play a bit deeper, and we find it a little bit more difficult to break them down, but that's what it's like in a low block or a lower block. But yeah, they're tough, they're aggressive and like very passionate. And I think we felt that in the away game against them. But it's great, you come up against so many different oppositions in these kind of qualifiers. So yeah, definitely not an easy test coming up.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tom. Go to Bradley.
Hi, Alessia. I
Hiya.
hope you're well. You famously scored a backheel goal in a semi-final for England during the Euros. Looking ahead to the game tomorrow night, is there any members of the men's team that you think could replicate your goal tomorrow night and score backheel to get England through to a major tournament final?
I mean, I would back any of them, to be fair. Yeah, they're such a talented side, and I love watching them play. And yeah, every kind of player out there has moments of instinct, and yeah, the standard of their team is sky high. So yeah, I'd back any of them to score.
How much of a life-changing moment could it be for them if they were to win it at the weekend? And you could possibly speak from experience from that when you guys won it in the UK a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's my biggest highlight of my career. I know I'm only young, but still, it was just incredible. I think there's no greater feeling than winning a trophy with your country. And I think any player that has played for their country would say the same. You know the work that goes into it ahead of the tournament, you know the struggles and the highs and the lows throughout the tournament, and then to kind of lift that trophy at the end of it is just like the biggest overwhelming feeling of joy. So yeah, I think they will all know that, and they all are very experienced players, and they'll know how to win and different things like that. But yeah, I think for sure winning it with the country, they all know and we all know that it's extra special.
And looking ahead to you guys and your game on Friday night, is it a little bit of a strange situation for you guys not going into these final two games and not being top of the group?
No, I mean, we know what we want to do as a group. We know our standards. We know what we want out of this camp, and I think that's all that matters going into the group. Like I said, it's a top group, and yeah, the teams in it are all very tough and all very different. But yeah, we know what we can do and what we can control to hopefully come out on top.
And lastly, I just wanted to ask you about Mary Earps as well. She's joined PSG recently. There was lots of speculation last year that she might be joining you at Arsenal. So I wonder what your thoughts are on Mary's move to PSG this summer.
I love Mary. She's someone that in the football world I look up to, and she's a big sister of mine, which is really nice. Someone that I'd lean on when I needed a bit of advice, and she might say the same about me, she might not. But no, I'm really happy for her. She's a very wise girl, and I know that she has been through a lot in her career. So yeah, I'm just excited to hopefully go and see her flourish.
That's great. Best of luck Friday. Thank you.
Thanks, Bradley. Any other questions? Yes. Go to the front.
Hi, Alessia, you okay?
Hiya.
Just a quick one from me. Playing back on home soil after playing in France, what's that support going to be like? How excited are you to be back playing on that home soil in Norwich?
Really excited. I think, yeah, when you walk out in a stadium and it's full of Lionesses fans is just really nice, and it creates a feeling within the team and makes you realise that, yeah, there's more to it than just the football, and that we're going out there with the support of everyone around us. So, yeah, for me, and I can speak for all the players, we love playing in front of our home crowd, and they're always so loud and back us all the way.
Fabulous. And just another one really quickly. What's training look like so far leading up to the game on Friday?
It's been good. We've had 2 sessions so far. Been nice to be at St George's Park. I think there's no better place to prepare for big games. So, yeah, it's been nice, been good. We've still got a few more sessions to go, but yeah, we're all in a good place.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Go across.
Hi, Alessia. I just had a question. Obviously, you played a behind closed door friendly against Netherlands. How do you think that's prepared England for the Euros coming up, Euro qualifiers coming up? Obviously, you're not playing the Netherlands, but how do you think that's helped prepare you guys?
Yeah, I think it was good. Obviously, you can train as much as you like, but games are what really prepares you. So it was good to have a game out in Holland and, yeah, work on a few things that we've been working on in training and ultimately, yeah, prepare us for these next 2 games.
Yeah, and just another one. How excited are you to see how the pre-season for Arsenal is going to plan out? Obviously, you weren't there for the pre-season, probably most of it you were missing. How much are you excited to maybe go back to club and see what the pre-season looks like at club?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, all focus is on these next 2 games, but after that, it'll be nice. I think pre-season's really important for players, and it kind of gives you a big foundation going into the season. And with tournaments and stuff, sometimes you sacrifice a little bit of pre-season, but I'm excited to have hopefully a full pre-season going into a massive year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Yep.
Hi, Alessia. I just wanted to ask what camp's been like without Rachel Daly. Obviously, you've shared that number 9 position for quite a while. Do you kind of feel a little bit more responsibility in that sense?
I mean, Rach is a great girl, and not only do we miss her on the pitch, but she has a massive presence off the pitch. And yeah, you can feel that loss when a player like Rach leaves camp and stuff. And I think Millie loses her right arm as well. But no, Rach is a top player and a top person, and you can feel that loss around the team. And yeah, I guess at times you have to take a bit more responsibility, but Rach, and when I came in before with Ellen as well, they taught me so much and I learned a lot from them that, yeah, I guess kind of you do have to grow up, but we've still got so many other players that you can lean on for that kind of advice. And I think the team is so experienced, and it's also got a mix of youngsters as well that are maybe going to start coming to us for a bit of advice. So, yeah, you have to grow up quite quickly.
Is that kind of a nice feeling, knowing that people are going to be coming to you for advice rather than you going to them?
Yeah, but I think I'll always still go to some of the older players. Whenever I feel like I need something, there's always people that I know kind of has your shoulder, which is nice. But if people see that in us now too, it's also quite rewarding to just help everyone out. And yeah, I'm like to think I'm quite an open person and people can come to me. But yeah, I also think it's massively important to still reach out to the older, more experienced girls in the team.
Amazing, thank you so much.
Thank you. We've got time for a final question, which is...
Away from the games coming up, we've just had the opening of the Farrah Williams pitch. How important is it for future generations to have someone like her recognised?
Yeah, it's incredible. I think Farrah was a top player and one that I used to go and watch when I was a young girl, and for anyone to get 172 caps for their country is just incredible, especially with how spread out camps are and different things like that. I think that's just an unbelievable achievement. And yeah, she was a top player at the same time, and it was really nice to have that moment out there and see her be recognised for all her hard work, and yeah, it's really deserved of her.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take a final question from the back row.
Hi there, I'm Matt, BBC Sport. Hi, Mariette's back in the squad. How big a boost is that for you guys?
Yeah, massive. She's a top leader, top person, top player. Yeah, I could speak about her all day, and like we just touched on before, yeah, she's great. She's someone that you need in your team, someone that you want, and yeah, it'll boost the team for sure.
Republic of Ireland, Sweden, you've played them before. You go back to the return leg, as it were. Have you learned anything in those first 2 games that you can take into these, do you think? Yeah,
I think when you meet teams twice in quite a short space of time, you take things from the games that you want to work on or do better, and although things might change from game to game, principles often stay the same. So yeah, I think it's good to have those games, review them, reflect on them as a team, and yeah, put new things into practice going forward.
Have the Lionesses reached out to the men's team with any messages of good luck? Is that something that happens?
Yeah, I mean, we're one team, one England, and we're backing them all the way, just like they would have done with us. So yeah, we're all going to be watching their game tomorrow night and cheering them on.
What would you say to the men's team if they were watching right now, as a member of that squad who so famously won the Euros?
I think they're all very experienced players. They know what it takes to win. They know the standards, and I think on England camp as well, you can just enjoy being off the pitch as well as on the pitch. And I think for us in the Euros, our bond as a team made us even greater on the pitch. So yeah, I have no doubt they're doing everything they can to win it, and yeah, we're all backing them from here too.
Final one from me. You've scored some incredible goals. We talked about the back heel, which we all remember fondly. Can we talk about that Tony penalty? Have you ever tried a no-look penalty? Is that one for you?
I was impressed. It was so good. I haven't, no. But yeah, I'm sure he'll have little kids practicing that in the back garden now. Yeah, all of the penalties were brilliant. And yeah, just can't wait for tomorrow night.
Thank you and good luck in Norwich.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll call it a day there. Thanks so much.
Thank you.